a lunch or quite a launch? Talking about the
rocket launch.
I missed it. Dang it.
Yeah, that was a pretty good launch. And the I guess the second stage, is that what it is? Landed.
Yeah, landed on the barge.
Yeah, they've got that down.
I think
we
we're
are
live.
Streaming.
I see myself on YouTube, so good evening. Welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. I think we're live.
I hear you.
Yep, I hear myself. So thank you all for joining us.
And you are live on Twitch also.
I've got the browser or the robot chat thing open, so I should be monitoring all three: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Hello, everyone.
Chat. So if you want to ask us some questions, feel free to ask, and we will do our best to try to answer. So Aussie Man says hello. The Dad Cave says hello. I didn't have a guest for tonight. I can't have a guest every week. Trust me. I wished I could, but unfortunately, they just don't work out that way. So what I put the smorgasbord thing is, I figured we'd talk about stuff that's going on in our shop, and plus I wanted to touch on Whirligig Wars, where that's at, because tomorrow night at midnight is the end of Whirligig Wars for 2020.
It all turns into pumpkins.
Everybody turns into pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
Those of you who have not submitted will turn into pumpkins. We're going to be all right. So anyway, yes, I hope some of y'all are watching over on Twitch. Hope some of you are watching over on Facebook. Let me give me 1 second here and pull it up.
Oh, that's quite a delay there.
Over on, yeah, it's probably a 13 to 15 second delay sometimes. Yes, it is. Hey,
I just updated it.
What a good size delay. And it's always been a delay. Even Google Hangouts had a delay of like 10 seconds. So
see, now they have Google, was it Google Meetings?
Meetups or something like that, yeah.
Google Meet.
And then Microsoft came out with theirs. What's the Microsoft Meets or whatever? Microsoft. Yeah. And I've heard a lot of bad things about that. I know a person that is in a company and they tried it and they actually gave up because they couldn't get it to work right.
Hello, Dave Hart on Twitch. Yes. Hello, Dave Hart.
Dave Hart's on Twitch?
Yes.
Cool. Yes. Good evening. You're on Twitch. Good, Dave Hart. Good to see you over there on Twitch. I'm glad I'm glad we're diversified, where I get some audience. Last show, I pulled the stats on it, and we had a total of regular watchers was like 57, and the max was 63.
Woo!
Yeah.
Across all platforms or Twitch only?
Across from all three platforms.
Gotcha.
So 57 consistently watched for the whole hour and something across all three, and then the high was 63 at one point. So
it's people like you, like What If I Could, that makes those numbers happen.
So let me get back to this page. This computer's always, and I'm hoping, matter of fact, while I'm talking about it, let me look real quick. I'm hoping the thunderstorms, it looked like they were going to leave me alone tonight.
Well, they found their way back to me again.
Oh, no, they're leaving me alone. They're all to my east, and they're moving east. So we're left alone tonight.
That's why I have this furry fellow on my lap. He won't get off when the rain comes.
Yeah. He's afraid of the lightning.
He's afraid of lightning, thunder, and rain.
Yeah.
Come on, we know you're afraid of it. He's just keeping you company.
Yeah. I couldn't run him out of here if I tried, which I did, by the way.
That's all right.
What kind of dog is he, Russ?
He's a Shih Tzu. He loves playing in water on the ground, but he don't like it falling on him from the sky.
Oh,
he's scared of it.
Guys.
Yeah, I have a Shih Tzu as well, and
We have two of
the
them.
lightning and thunder that the dog doesn't like.
Yes.
Our older Shih Tzu doesn't bother her a bit, but him, he's scared of the
She'll walk
thunder
in
and
the rain just fine. That's okay. But
yeah, not him.
Oh, my dog won't. My dog will go outside and it'll be raining and boop, comes right back and he's on the apron. And it's like,
I try to take him outside when it's raining. I go outside the front door, I go on the porch. It's all covered and everything, but he sees that rain, right back in the house.
Yeah. Isn't there like a thing that you can put on them? Like it's called
a thunder jacket or something like that.
Yeah, that actually
don't work.
Yeah.
It don't work.
Not in this case.
Yeah, I heard.
I've known several that it don't work on.
Something you could put on them that
it's
supposed to calm down, have a calming sensation on them.
Yeah, but I haven't found one that worked with him anyway.
Okay, so we have James Parker's out there, Kim McCrory, Aussie Man's out there. Good evening,
Aussie Man.
All y'all are out there in the chat. We appreciate you so very much. Well, let me go ahead and get this over with. Let me talk about my wonderful sponsors, and they are Devobal Technologies. For web design, development, and hosting, visit devobal.com. FastCap, innovative products for the professional woodworker. Go to fastcap.com. Rockler, 60 years of woodworking. Create with confidence. Visit rockler.com. Bearwood Supply Company. Your best choice for hard fine woodworking supplies. Go to bearwood.com. Klingspor, the sanding specialist. Woodworkingshop.com. Seiko, the scroll saw specialist, which is I have my Seiko scroll saw and love it. It's sitting over there. Actually, I got a bucket underneath it because it's cried so much the tears are just filling the bucket because I haven't been back to it. So visit Seiko.com. Scrollnado, the desk collection for your scroll saw, and you can find them on Amazon. So let's go ahead and get on with the introductions. And Paul, yes, I'm going to make you first.
Hey, I feel honored. Paul Corliss at Paul's Messy Workshop, and not to be as messy anymore because I bought a Wen air filter thing.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna, one of these days it'll suck up all the dirt and it'll be a clean workshop. But hey, thanks for having me here, Russ.
You are most welcome. Jim
Bashir's Driveway Workshop, and I don't know. Looking forward to seeing what everybody's doing tonight. Been a busy week.
I don't have anything to talk about my boat, but that's okay. I'll talk about it. Al.
Al Forte, Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. Kilroy 79763. Matt loves it that I say Kilroy 79763. Anyway, guys.
I just think it should be Kilroy 8765309.
8675309.
Darn you, Tommy Two-Tone.
Tommy Two-Tone.
Chris.
All right. Shop log, day 70, quarantine. Snuck out of the house today, got to Home Depot, bought some lumber and supplies. So get some projects growing.
Going for it.
Find me on YouTube and Facebook.
Matt.
Hello. I have so many YouTube channels, I forget what they're all named.
You need a scrolling list.
If you have the word awesome or the word things, you'll probably find one of my channels in the search results because all my channels have either one of those two words in it, or some have both.
I knew that was you on that porn site.
There are many that aren't mine, but all my channels have either one of those two words in it or both. So,
See,
awesome with things.
All my channels have got Kilroy 79763.
Kilroy, you've got a new one. James Parker said BR 5486 or Kilroy
BR 549.
BR 549. Y'all know where that comes from? BR.
Yeah, car 59 or something like that.
Nope.
BR 549 came from Hee Haw Junior Sample.
There you go. The used car salesman. He used to hold up a sign. You can call me at BR 549.
And that was his real phone number.
Yes, Kilroy 79763 will now be referred to as Kilroy BR 549.
We had a lot of people joining us. Unji. I know I'm messing that up because he's told us how to say that, and I forgot.
I don't have my list right now.
Yeah, Buster Stott, Buster, and well, I went way back. So Ken McCrory, James Parker, Terry Marker, Aussie Man, Buster and Noreen Stott, James Parker. Yep.
What if I could?
Oh,
John C.
What
Jim
if I
Dockrell
could?
just showed
Jim
up. Hi,
Dockrell
Jim.
just joined.
Jim
Yep.
Dockrell.
What if I could? So great to have y'all all out here.
It's Jimmy D.
So yes, we don't have a guest tonight, and I wished I could have one every Saturday, but unfortunately, the way things are, it just don't work out sometimes.
Well, really, we
And
got Russ Meadows because he's never here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm feeling left out.
Well, so and I'm
Russ, what are
talking,
you going to talk about?
I'm talking to people to get them to come on as guests, and I talk to people all the time. It's a matter of their scheduling for number one, and getting them to schedule in. And people have lives, and I understand that. And we don't have lives here because we're always here on Saturday nights. But I understand that. So it is what it is. I haven't as of yet, but I have put a mental, I have to put. I'm getting to the point I can't remember crap. I have to start writing notes to myself. And it doesn't do no good to turn on the computer and put in a file because I forget to open the damn file. So what I'm starting to do now is put pasty notes on my screen.
Yeah, pasties are always good, Russ.
Yeah, I'll write down and I'll put it on my monitor, and there's no way I can forget because I have to stare at it.
There's the regular size and the bigger size.
You keep
I'm
them under your
looking at
T-shirt,
trying to
or do
get
they
Sean
stick on your
Rubino.
monitor? Okay.
If y'all would be quiet and let me talk.
I don't like that.
One of you.
There's this size too, Russ.
I'm looking at trying to get Sean Rubino back.
That'd be a nice one.
Klingspor has committed, but unfortunately he's henpecked because his wife gave him some honey-do lists to do, and he has to get those honey-do lists done first. And if he's listening to this, be the man, Mike. Tell her like it is.
Mike, I got a big sandpaper order coming up.
And
So
right now
anyway,
she's saying you'll never be on that show now.
Mike Klingspor. I'm trying to get also Steve Dennison, one of my sponsors from Bearwood Supply, to come on and talk about Bearwood Supply and everything. So, there's other woodworkers I'm reaching out to all the time. My favorite place to go is where I'm pulling a lot of the new woodworkers from. Is I have worldwide woodworkers and makers on YouTube.
Yes.
And I go through there and see some of the things that the guys post, and I contact them. I've been pretty successful. I would say 90% of everyone that I've contacted after seeing their post have come on. Like, for instance, last week's Eric Meyer, I saw one of his posts. And I went to and saw his YouTube channel and reached right out to him, and boom, he said, yeah, let's do it. He had to wait a few weeks. He was in the process of moving, but he got moved. But anyway,
Hey, there's one out there in the chat by the name of Jim Richardson that I've been trying to work on to try to have him come up with something for you, but he says he doesn't have a current project going. So anyway, hi Jim. I just thought I'd shout you out.
Jim Richardson, get off your lazy butt and get something going.
Okay. Also, Jim, we have to distinguish you between Jim Dockrell and I. So you are officially monikered with Jim R.
Jim R.
Jim R.
Okay, Jim R. Leonard Davis is out there. Good to see you, Leonard. We got Timmy. Yeah, we got Jim Dockrell. Jim Richardson, Jim Bashears.
We got Jimbo too.
Yeah, James.
Dan
Park,
Engie
yeah.
Woodworking just showed up. Hi, Dan.
Oh yeah, Dan Engie.
Hello, Dan.
How you doing?
He's got a brand new in the box drill powered belt sander for $5 at a garage sale. Man,
Oh,
Good.
he shoots, he scores. Check
Yes.
that out.
Yeah. So anyway, tonight we're going to talk about what's going on in people's shops. What are they doing right now, and any other thing. But first off, I want to go to Whirligig Wars. Whirligig Wars will end tomorrow night at midnight. So you've got 24 hours, basically, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20, about 28 hours, actually. About 28 hours to get your project emailed to me. As of right now, I think we have 12 that I counted this afternoon, but I want to go back and look at yes, 12, because there's 14 videos, but 2 of the videos don't count. And because they're introduction videos to Whirligig Wars, but we actually have 12 videos out there, and one of those videos is not going to count for a prize. He contacted me, and I thought about it for a while, and he has his Whirligig is actually run with an electric motor. He said he didn't have a lot of wind or whatever, but he wanted to build one. And I told him, first off, he asked he could make some leeway. And I thought about this, and I talked to a couple of you. I think me and you, Chris, I know we discussed it.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about this is Whirligigs were actually designed way back. I think it's in the 1800s, but they were almost like a weather vane. And then they've taken off throughout the years, and now they've become this fantastic little thing. There's actually a Whirligig park where they have hundreds of Whirligigs on display. And so it's taken its own little thing. But a Whirligig's very definition of a Whirligig is wind driven. And so I cannot go against that, because that's what Whirligigs is all about, is wind driven. So I contacted him, told him my decision was, I'm sorry, you can give me the video and I'll put it up as a Whirligig, but you're not going to be eligible for any prizes. But people can see your video and see your beautiful. It's an awesome. He actually, the motorized part of it is a ceiling fan that he turned upside down for the base. So it's pretty awesome, and it's on that. And I might pull it up and show it here in just 1 second, but he's in there.
Russ,
so
there's one on there too that I think was either in last year's or the year before's contest of the geese. Wasn't that already in one of the?
I saw that, and I haven't had a chance to go back and look. I've been so busy, but I'm going to go look at it to make sure it's not a re-entry of, the same one. So, but I did see that
showed up. Hi, Sterling.
Oh, Sterling Davis. Cool.
Sterling Davis.
Sterling.
Anyway, yeah, so his is not, but the total fact is we have 12 videos out there. 11 of them are eligible for prizes. So we could have 1 or 2 stragglers come in tonight, which is fine. But that's pretty well because it will officially end tomorrow night by midnight. So Jim, get off your butt and finish yours.
I'll do what I can, sir.
And
Come on, guys. Remember high school and college. You can get anything done in 24 hours.
Exactly. You can do all that cramming for your state boards in 24 hours.
May not be painted, but I'll get it done.
Full semester of astronomy in one night. Can't remember a damn bit of it now, though.
Native Sun Word Art has joined us. Thank you. Yeah, and a big shout out. Jim Dockler has posted the big shout out to the astronauts and the SpaceX and the Falcon 9. Yes. I know it's the Dragon something.
The Dragon capsule on top of
capsule.
It's awesomeness.
It's perfect. I saw a picture today going back to one of the first orbital. Who was the first person that orbited the Earth? John Glenn. It wasn't John Glenn, was it?
It was a Russian.
It's Alan Shepard. Alan Shepard in America.
Yuri Gagarin.
Yeah, but it showed the cockpit. Then it showed the cockpit of another one and the space shuttle. And then it showed they got 3 screens. It's all touch screen.
All touchpad.
You see that? All touchpad. I'm like, that's bad. I'm sorry, that's bad.
Yeah. You know what I kept thinking when I saw those touchpads? It's like, please tell me they tested these with gloves on.
Yes, they were working with their gloves on.
Why don't you try to use your phone with gloves on?
They said
apparently they have something.
They said in the entire capsule there's 30 switches.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was just so cool to watch them with the touch pads and everything, and watch them. The space suits. Did you see the new space suits compared to the old space suits?
Yeah,
they look nice.
Yeah, SpaceX has done a fantastic job on doing what they're doing and modernizing everything and making it good. They're on their way to the space station. I think they said this afternoon it was 19 hours for them to rendezvous with the space station. And then Yeah, they've done a fantastic job. I think they're changing. Those 2 astronauts are getting on to the space station and 2 are coming back. Is that the way it's going to
No, the
work?
Dragon's going to stay docked for 130 days, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're coming back.
And I don't know who's coming back, but
Yeah. Okay.
no one's leaving for 100
They're-
some days.
It's like
Yeah.
Hotel California.
Well, at least the fact that now we're starting to do this again. You know, we've been relying on the Russians for 9 years to get stuff up to the, and they've done it. And I think, you know, there's a lot of distinction, a lot of crap talk about the Russians.
We've paid them a lot of money to put
Yeah.
our.
Well, I know we've paid a lot of money, but they're since the Berlin Wall and the collapse of some of that stuff, they've come a long ways in their the relationship with the United States. I think they really have. And I'll give, Putin? I'll give him credit for a lot of that. I think he gets a lot of bad rep and everything a lot of times, but I think Putin's a fairly intelligent individual, and he's not one of these Stalin or one of those old dictators like they used to be. So, and
You've got to kind of wonder though how much of a hit financially their space program is going to take, since they're
it
not
will
a
take
taxi
a
service.
disaster
Yeah.
hit. Once we start doing this again, oh yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to take a big hit. You know, because I'm sure we're paying them billions to get stuff up and down.
It's not just us; it's European Space Agency and everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're collecting a chunk of change. So
This is the first time since 2012 that there has been an American, rocket taking American up to space.
and it was a beautiful takeoff.
Yeah, it really was.
That thing gets up to 17,000 miles an hour. It's like, holy crap. It was 2.6 or 2.8 G's was exerted on them once within like the first 30 or within 30 seconds. In other words, it goes from 0 to 2.6 or 2.8 G's on their
A
bodies.
few seconds into the launch, they were going 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It just went faster from there.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because my wife and I were watching it, and we watched the status meter going through, and I said they just went to Indianapolis in 2 minutes. From our house, it's 150 miles to get to Indy.
Yeah.
You just went to Indianapolis in 2 minutes.
17,000 miles an hour. Okay. That would circle. Somebody do the mathematics and find out how many times they could circle the Earth, or how fast they would circle the Earth.
See you later, Jim.
Come, Doc Roll.
Well, Jim
Richardson.
Richardson had to take off.
Hi, Jim R.
Jim R.
Jim R.
It's a good thing gas is so cheap now that we're going back into space.
Yeah.
It's kerosene.
Well, it won't
Not
last
gas.
a long time.
It's called also liquid oxygen.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Let me go through and find this one that the man posted. Oh, here it is. I found it.
Native Son said, "Don't forget the Falcon 9 engine landed itself on the drone ship." Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? So they can reuse that.
Yes.
Why does the feed always cut out when it lands? Did you ever notice that? If it falls over, they don't show it, but if it
Right.
they cut away and it's sitting there.
I think they'd show it even if
I think they cut it. They cut it in. They actually fell over, but they're just making it look like. Oh wait,
Yeah.
let's put
Oh,
one.
they put
that's landed.
B-roll in of the.
Yeah. Photoshopped in some
Okay,
B-roll.
I'm
of the
going
landing.
real quick. I want to share this because I'm not going to share all the videos. We'll do that on the night that we do the
Hey, Russ,
the winners and stuff.
can you do something, Russ?
But
Can you share the videos with us?
no, we're not going to share all the videos tonight. We're going to share the videos on the night of the announcement of the winners.
Okay.
I just wanted to show this one video so that people would understand that he's in it, and I love his entry, but he's not going to be eligible for a prize because it's not when driven. So, but here it is. And I thought that was amazing that he came, or how he
I like his deck.
Yeah, it's
his
nice.
deck looks pretty, his deck's pretty nice too.
Ken, come on over, man.
He claimed that there was so much movement and everything that he couldn't get the gear ratio. And I'm not going to condemn what he should have done or not should have done to make it work right. That's just not what I'm going to do. But if you look at this base is built. That is a ceiling fan motor that is driving this.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's driving
You know,
the whirligig, huh?
He could have not said a word, and you wouldn't have known the difference. Look at this.
Exactly.
Oh, this is working. You know.
Yeah,
Look at that
you're
crab.
probably right, but he had. I mean, he had. You know, I ought to give him a prize for being honest.
Yes.
Well, I think if he added more blades, he's only got 4. He could have added at least 6 blades to that, and probably got it in the wind. But he just claimed that there was so much things going on here. And if you go in there and look, I mean, that's just totally cool that he
Yeah.
was able to do it with a ceiling fan motor. But if you look, there's so much movement on, and his eyeballs also are not only going up and down, but they're turning, they're spinning.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
the eyeballs
That's
are
Pretty
impressive.
cool.
spinning.
Yeah, I think he needs to have some type of consolation prize or something.
Yeah,
Something.
I love it. He did a fantastic job. The artwork's great, but unfortunately, like I said, it's being powered by the ceiling fan below.
I give him a Kilroy coin.
Yeah,
Get it in the mail.
and you know what?
I give him a Kilroy coin.
I've talked to several people about this, and I am not. Would I lose my live stream over here?
Is he out in the chat by chance?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him out there in the chat. I'm not opposed to maybe later on down the road offering a category where you can power it with other things, so to speak, not only by wind driven. I'm not opposed to that. Maybe that's something to look at in the future. He opened the door.
Solar driven whirligig.
Yeah, an atomic driven whirligig.
Yeah.
He's a trendsetter.
Yeah. So, and I'm not opposed to that. And I told him that I'm not opposed to doing that in the future, and I'll think about it, and maybe we could add it the next few years, but for right now, it's wind driven. That was the way they originated. That's the way it has been. And,
Yeah.
it's just, and I'm not putting him down, but I think there were some things that he could have done a little differently on the fan, especially because he only has 4 big blades. You could add 6 or 8 to increase the amount of power that you're getting from the wind. And I think that would have worked out for him a lot better, but it is what it is. He wanted to enter it, and I allowed him to put his video up, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. You did an awesome job. But unfortunately, I'm just not going to be able to allow it for a prize. And I'm glad for, I'm trying to think of his name. Let me see if I can go back in.
And by the way, Aussie Man is saying that you should have an animated scroll saw challenge.
Animated scrolls.
That's what you would call it. Of course, Dan Engie wants to put a flux capacitor in there, but
And puts one in everything.
yeah.
With that motor, he could put it on his front lawn on a day when there's absolutely no wind, drive his neighbors crazy. Where's he getting that wind?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to call Dan Engie Doc Engie from now on.
Doc.
Doc Engie.
I don't want to waste a lot of time on this. I'm trying to find his name. Oh, he didn't send it here. He sent it.
Question for all of you. If I have a 2x4 by a 2 foot by 3 foot scroll saw tree of life for outdoors painted black, I'm looking at MDO plywood. Have any of you used it?
MDF or
MDO.
He put MDO. Is that the stuff that's got?
It's got
chunks?
paper. It's got paper on the
Yeah, I
to
wouldn't-
make outdoor signs with.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's like
Overlay,
a resin coated paper on the outside.
Really?
What all right, so repeat the question.
If you have a 2 foot by 3 foot scroll saw sawed tree of life for outdoors painted black, I'm looking at MDO plywood. Have any of you used it?
No, I haven't used it.
No. So I think it'd work great.
I did. Well, the one thing I would
says it's medium. MDO is medium density overlay. I'm sorry, Russ.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
would-
made for outdoor use.
yeah, it says it's made for outdoor, but I would still clear coat the crap out of it. If you want it black, paint it black, or it comes black, clear coat the crap out of it with a
Saddle?
Krylon makes an exterior acrylic clear coat, and that stuff is fantastic.
Who makes it?
Krylon.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Krylon paints. I've used them, and I went back to Rust-Oleum because Rust-Oleum's kicking butt with their new paints. The biggest thing that Krylon has is their little spray tip is a pain in the butt. They break, they clog real easy.
Yeah.
You have to take them off every single time and put them in mineral spirits to keep them clogging up so bad, and then they'll end up breaking. I found a place on eBay because I had somebody give me a case. I think it was 25 or 30 cans of Krylon red.
Wow.
Yeah, and the tips were breaking, the tops. And I went on eBay, and the guy had a case or a package of 50 of those tips for like $10.
Right.
I bought them. So, but yeah, their tips are crap. The paint's great. I haven't had a problem with the Krylon paint. If they just change the tip, get away from that tip and go just to the regular old spray paint tip, they'd be a whole heck of a lot better.
I looked up the MDO. It's exterior grade plywood with a weather-resistant layer of resin-infused fiber.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
here's
It's
the
28%
problem that I'm thinking about: the weather-resistant fiber.
And resists water. So
Yeah, but when he's cutting it out with a scroll saw through the depth of it, is all the way
Yeah.
down through going to be weather resistant?
no, I don't think so. You're opening the sides to it now. So
Yeah, I would think on signs, if they use a CNC, it's probably designed for a certain thickness of the CNC to cut out the letters.
right.
But
Aussie Man is saying to use marine plywood instead.
Yeah.
marine plywood would be, or actually pressure treated plywood. Marine plywood or pressure treated plywood. That's what I would be looking at.
Everyone, I got news from Sterling that his daughter Amber had her baby.
Oh, no way.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Baby boy, Marty Pete Harris is the name, 7 pounds, 14 ounces, 20.5 inches long.
His name is Marty.
Marty Pete Harris. Correct.
We've got a Back to the Future theme going here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Her Instagram handle is DD Created It.
Oh,
okay.
Did he?
Congratulations,
Did he put that
Amber.
out in the chat? We just missed it.
Oh, he private texted me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Give me 1 second because I am going back through.
I'll drop the text blurb in the inside chat if someone wants to
Sure.
put the stats
Okay.
out on the public.
do it. Do it.
Sterling, I'm sure you're a proud papa.
That's
Yeah,
his first grandchild.
congratulations, Sterling.
Yep.
You've
Oh.
got one, and I've got 7 and 3 great grandchildren.
And here it is, folks. Is it too big? Yes, I'll have to break it up. That's okay.
I can't find the guy's name that submitted the.
Congratulations,
Marty
Sterling
Pete.
Here it is. Here it is. Ken
and Amber
I hope
Daly.
you don't pronounce. I hope you don't mind me putting your name out here, but it was Ken Spicer. Yeah,
I've heard that name before.
yeah, Ken
Yeah, I
Spicer.
think he's been in the chat before.
Yeah.
Ken, beautiful whirligig, loved it. Unfortunately, like we had talked before, that it we're not going to be able to actually. You're not going to be eligible for one of the prizes, so unfortunately, but a beautiful whirligig, and I'm glad, and I actually glad that you did this because it may change things in the future. For that, we will have another category that won't have to be powered by wind. I'm not opposed to that at all. I'm not opposed to it at all. So,
Ooh, I'm looking at something on Wikipedia, Russ. Do I dare give the definition of whirligig?
no, don't even go there.
Here we go.
Clean. It's clean.
The whirligig Nazi speaks up.
Ooh. Ooh.
But no, I know the true definition, and it was powered by wind. It was originated from a weather vane.
Okay, I'll get to the point. Whirligigs are most commonly powered by the wind, but can be hand, friction, or motor powered.
Yes,
Bum,
in the new one, it can be.
They can be used as a kinetic garden ornament. They can be designed to transmit sound and vibration into the ground to repel burrowing rodents in the yard, garden, and backyard. So anyway, but hey, it's your show. It's your contest. It's your decision. Am I still
Way
on
to
the show?
stir him up, Al. Way to stir him up.
Am I still on the show?
Let me go to this, and I pulled this out, not of Wikipedia, because Wikipedia has a lot of stuff that is not actually, Wikipedia is not a true encyclopedia.
Oh my God.
It is people giving information into Wikipedia.
Yes,
so
it
therefore,
is.
In other words, it's better than an encyclopedia. I got you.
it can be flawed. It hasn't been researched.
That's
Actually, that one, I didn't go check the.
Well, let's go to this one. And here's this I got from an encyclopedia, and it's
Here it is.
a whirligig combines the functions of a weather vane and a windmill. Be more specific, it's basically a weather vane with a windmill on the side to help it catch the wind better. Many experts believe the whirligig is old, dated back as far as the 1100s. I just
They
said
didn't have motors then.
okay. So yeah, they did not have motors in the
Not
1100s.
have motors.
Although whirligigs are made to have practical purpose in showing a wind direction, they become associated with the use of a yard ornament such as children's toys. Many
Yes.
have artistic or amusing designs, so the windmill function drives mechanical movements in its wooden shapes. Notice it said wind functions drives mechanical movement in its wooden figures shaped like people or animals. Sometimes a whirligig is made so that the figure's arms are the windmills, but they can also be a bit more complex than that. Some are made to be harness the power of the wind and use it to drive complex mechanical movements. For example, a whirligig made with a figure sitting on a bicycle, the windmill could capture the wind power and cause the figure to pedal the bikes and is probably used to make the wheels turn. So that's what I got, and that's what I go by, and that's what I'll stand by.
By golly.
Yes.
And all I got to say is Comic Sans rocks.
Well,
hey now.
so that's what it's going by. And like I said, I may in the near future change and do a different category where you can power it by something else, just to see. After he posted that, and I would have never in a million years thought about flicking a ceiling fan upside down and building that thing for it and have it drive it up through the shaft. I would have never thought about that. So it actually opened my brain up and thinking like, yeah, I wonder what other stuff you could use to power it.
Right.
The 327 Chevy.
Yeah.
A stream.
That sucker spins fast, man.
Yeah. So yes, you open the avenue for a lot more. He's going to be a pioneer setter. And so, yes, and I'm going to open to looking at that in the future. But for right now, we're going to keep it, like I said, as wind. And then, and if you can't get a lot of wind, I noticed there was quite a few entries this time that had people fans, and that's fine. It still proves to me that it's wind driven,
Here's an idea, Russ. Why don't you have a section that's wind driven or driven by other means?
Well, I said I might have another category.
Kind of, yeah, exactly.
You're not listening? That's what I said.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
We never do.
That earlier. I said that I might in the future entertain having another category. Those are the words coming out of my mouth. Replay this back, and then you'll go, "Oh, he said that already, didn't he?"
Aussie Man wanted me to let you know that he sent you some pictures.
Okay, good.
There
About
you go.
I think it's to your contest at Simply
okay,
Wind.
the Wolverine thing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My audio is off.
So now that we have got that out of the way, jeez.
Did Russ turn my audio off?
What?
No, Al. Loud and clear.
No, you're fine. It was a joke.
It was a joke. Yes.
J-O.
Russ is scratching his head. He doesn't know what to do.
No, I'm going like I wished I had. I wished I had.
See, this is what happens, folks, when we don't have a guest.
That's right.
Yeah,
We
Okay.
start feeding on each
Now that
other.
we've got that out of the way,
the patients are running the asylum.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're already at 8:40. Does any of y'all have anything going in your shop that you like to talk about?
Oh, I got lots of stuff going on in my shop.
Here we go.
Well,
I
there you
got
go.
news.
You open the door, walk through it.
Okay. So I guess I'm first, huh?
Yep.
So
No, you're
you know
second
me.
because I've been talking first.
Well, yeah, I guess that
Okay.
makes sense. You know me. I like to have pictures, so I am going to share my my desktop if I may.
You have 5 minutes because I don't want to be out here for an
Oh,
hour.
heck, I could do it. I could do it in 10. Okay, here's my screen.
He gets started on this screen sharing.
Post disabled participant screen sharing. So you're going to have to enable, if you would please, participant screen sharing.
I don't know why. I think it's part of the new settings that they had to change because of some of the problems. Yeah, because it changes every week.
Still that way.
No, you got to give me a second to get it changed.
No, you got. As long as it doesn't eat into my 5 minutes.
Your clock started a while.
God, why do I put up
Your
this?
5 minutes doesn't start till the first picture comes up, Al.
I just don't understand why I put up with this crap.
Sarcasm gets its own font.
Okay, you should be able to do it now.
Okay, let's try it. Let's see. Yes, I can. Thank you.
It actually gets shut off every week. I don't know why, but I think it's new to their new protocol because of some problems they've been having.
It's a self-defense mechanism for the company.
Yeah, just to make sure that I don't get in trouble.
Yep.
Right.
Bendable Legos?
So one of the things I've been doing, because I do a lot of 3D printing, is I've been printing ear savers for masks for the local medical workers and stuff. And I think I've printed about 1,000 of these things. So that's been taking a lot of time. Today, honestly, I didn't do a single thing. I just stayed there. So I'm no longer going to be printing those. I'm going to be printing the shield brackets. There's a plastic shield that goes in front of here. But anyway, so pretty much all my time has been done on that. However, I have gotten some time to find a little turtle, little box turtle we had in the yard, cook a great shrimp boil in the oven. That was delicious.
That's the same shape of that turtle a while ago.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It is.
Throw the turtle in there too.
kind of leads into it. There you go. Come here, little turtle. There
And
we
everybody
go.
thought it was shrimp.
So, but this is what happens when you have a jam, and it was a bad jam, bad mamma jamma. But anyway, this is an extruder on a 3D printer, and that's filament that's all clogged up. That's the worst print I have ever had. I don't know why I took a picture of the power supply. Oh yeah, these right here I was printing for a friend. He designed it in ZBrush, and I printed them out. One of them, see, Jim, there's the one standing up. That's how much
Wow.
support was on that thing. But it came out beautifully, guys, beautifully. The two little ones, they didn't come out right. But so this has kind of been, I would say in the last week, and it's a really cool little goldfish. So there's a bunch of shields that I cleaned up also. And now getting to woodworking, a friend of mine got a new washer. Well, we had to rip out the part behind the washer because the drain wouldn't fit in. So I'm going to eventually CNC this whole thing, and I'm going to actually put an H and a C on it to where he knows which one is the cold and which one is the hot. But instead of making all those miters, I thought I'll just cut it with the CNC, and I do have it almost ready.
Make sure you take the nails out first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but that's just the example. Here's some more of the yeah, see, there's the supports on the goldfish laying down and the little ones that didn't come out very well. There shouldn't be anything that gets me in trouble if I keep going, oh man, more good food.
There's the
Cookies.
turtle.
This right here, I had a guy ask me to print 100 148 ratio barrels also this last week. I don't know how far back I'm going to go, except I made some Kilroy coins, and I've already given one away I don't know who I'm going to give the next one away to, but anyway, that's my 2 cents worth. Or
Go on, Juan.
Gilroy Coinworth.
if that's all you got to do is send me your address, and I'll go ahead and
You already
send
have mine.
You already got mine too, I think.
Sure,
She's
you got
probably
mine.
got mine, too.
Again, if you want one, this is like my sticker. Okay, guys, this will be my sticker. Anyway, that's all I got.
He made
So
it within the 5 minutes, fellas.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I got more than 5 minutes. Well, we'll keep going.
Oh, no. Your 5 minutes is up.
I yield the remainder of my time.
All right,
There you go.
There we go, guys.
Hey, I got something I can show you if I can figure out how to use the screen share.
Hopefully you won't be able to, but go ahead.
Now I have to open my file first, right?
Well, you should, yes.
Okay. Yep, okay. Now I got to bring this back up. I lost my screen share.
Hey, Paul, how come you got a sword there, Paul?
A
Hey, can you see
Minecraft
that?
sword.
Can you see that? No, you can't.
All
I
is
can
so
see the
8-bit.
Minecraft sword.
Let's see. That work? Yeah. Okay. That.
Meanwhile,
There. Well, I'm getting
getting
there.
ready for me to sing Just Give Me Sawdust, Paul's still trying to figure out how to screen.
I have the worst.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
I have the worst
Work
time
all
with
night
this.
and I play all day.
All right, hold it. Stop screen sharing for a second.
Okay,
Just stop screen sharing.
I did.
Okay. Now, the first thing I want you to do is go and find the picture before you do anything else.
I got the picture.
And click on it, and it should open up into the picture viewer, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now go to screen share.
Okay.
Now, in those screens, you should see that picture.
Hey, there it is.
Ta-da.
Now click on it.
Very good. Paul Corliss. There you go, Paul.
Can you
I
see
just
it?
taught you something tonight. Yes, we see it.
Can you make it a little bigger, Paul? No, never mind. We're pushing it now.
I probably can. Yeah.
Go to the magnifying glass.
At
Up
the
at
top.
top bar, you see the delete. There you go.
Yep.
It's right
Yep.
there where I've got my cursor.
There you
There
go.
you go.
There you go.
Now, what is this, Paul, we're looking at?
That is a TP trellis. And I made it for my granddaughter
Awesome.
instead
is.
of doing my whirly gig, because she called me and said, Grandpa, would you make me a TP trellis? And I didn't know what it was. So I went on Google and went to Google Images and found out what it looked like. And I made that, and she's going to use it. She wants to grow miniature pumpkins, and she wants them to grow up a trellis.
Cool.
That is awesome, Paul.
Yes.
That's really neat.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
is.
And I
So
did.
what is-
I said
what's
if she wanted it painted, she can paint it.
What's the wood?
It's just made out of pine.
Fine.
Yep.
Paul,
and
how
I
did
told
you-
her she ought to either paint it or clear coat it or something. But
Yeah,
How do
she's
you
gonna
hook
have to
up-
do something to make it. A pine won't last long outside if she
no,
doesn't.
no, it won't. And I told her that. So
How did you hook up the legs, Paul?
I'm sorry.
How did they-
how
How'd you attach the legs?
hook up the legs? Yeah.
The cross pieces on the. Can you see my?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see it?
The
Yep.
cross pieces are glued and brad nailed to
Okay.
the uprights, and the legs are L-shaped. So
Oh,
I took
okay.
a piece, it's 1 3/4 this way, and then on the other side I attached a 1-inch piece, so they're 1 3/4 inches square.
Okay.
And then everything is cut at a 10-degree angle.
Wow.
So all these inner pieces are squares, but they're attached at a 10-degree angle. And
Okay.
then it's got just pieces here for the vines to hook onto.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It'd be a cool
Very
tomato
nice.
tree.
Thank
Very
you.
Yeah.
And
like it.
I didn't know you had it in you.
I didn't either.
Paul, at
Uh.
first when you showed it to me, I thought it was a trailer hitch rest, like where you put the tongue of a trailer.
So the thing you said was, did you 3D print that?
Oh, yeah.
So
Well,
anyway,
that was the second thing then that I thought.
yeah. That's why I didn't get my whirly gig done.
See, I thought he was going to make that his
I
word.
just like to say hi to Portal Woodworks, Dave,
Hey, Dave.
for being out there. Thank you for joining us. Is Sterling Davis still out there?
He
Haven't
said he
seen
was
him in a
only going to
while.
be here a second or two.
Oh, okay.
And then he took off.
Sterling.
That was a while ago.
No, Paul, that is excellent. Excellent.
It was nice work.
Nice work. I would seriously, if it was me and I was going to put it outside for an extended period of time, and I know I'm going to hear some.
Well, let me tell you what I was going to do. I was
Here
going to
we
make
go.
it out of cedar.
Well, I know, but now I'm not. I'm talking about sealing it. I have used Thompson's water seal
Yep.
for a long time. My wife bought a play set, swing set thing, and it comes and it's not pine, but it's not an expensive wood either. I don't know what I think. I think it might be ash, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
But it was a kit that she bought, and she asked me if I could build one of them, and she showed it to me. And I said yes. She got this thing for like $200. It's like a playhouse up top that is 4 foot by 4 foot, which covers over a sandbox, which has an outside thing with a bench on them to sit on. It comes with a plastic slide. The parts alone for the swings and the slide would have been more than $200.
Yeah.
You know, so when she told me, I said, buy it. I said, even if it's cheap wood, I can beef it up. And the first thing I did was I took it out of the box. We laid it all around on sawhorses and stuff, and I coated it with Thompson's water seal. Now it had a red color. And so what I did, and you can do this to stain your Thompson's water seal, and it will not take the waterproof effect away. Let's say that you buy it clear and you want it tinted a color. You can actually get black paint, or it has to be oil-based paint, or red or green oil-based paint, and you can mix it into your Thompson's water seal, and it will tint the water seal. Or you can use stain and tint the water seal.
I think they can tint it. I think they can tint it like right at the.
I don't know that they can. I heard that later, but I didn't know it at the time. Now the only thing is I used a like a pump up sprayer, like a garden sprayer, and saturated it. Yeah, the only thing you got to worry about is that sometimes the paint or whatever that you put in to tint it will mess up the garden sprayer.
Yeah.
So it'll kind of like start trying to dry in it before, after you try to clean it out. What I did was went down and bought a cheap one for $20 and used it and just throwed the damn thing away. I didn't even try to clean it.
Well, the reason I didn't put any finish on it is when I built it, she couldn't decide if she wanted a clear finish or to match her deck or what she wanted. So I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll build it, you finish it, but make sure you finish it.
Right.
Yeah, but Thompson's is fantastic stuff, and Waterlocks is good.
Yes, Waterlocks is another good one. I've used Thompson's throughout the years and had very, very, very good success.
It is, yeah.
Russ Portal gave a $2 super chat.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you, Portal
That's
Woodworks.
exactly what I was going to say.
I appreciate that. And I thought the same thing. Dave Hart's reading my mind. That trellis would have looked awesome with a whirligig on top of it.
Yes.
I seriously thought about that. In fact, Nancy said, you could probably put a propeller on it and have it look like an oil well, with the rod going up and down.
Yeah, you could
have your whirligig.
You could have. But thank
You're
you,
all
David.
done.
David from Portal Woodworks. Thank you so very much. But yes, that's awesome, Paul. That's awesome. But like I said, I like the looks of. I did Steve Ramsey did a pallet wood wheelbarrow as a planter thing, and I used. He made it out of pallet wood, and I made mine out of pallet wood. This has been 3 or 4 years ago, and I coated the crap out of that thing with Thompson's water seal and put it out there in my yard. That thing, last year during the summertime, it finally started falling apart. So that was like 4 years. It had been up for 4 solid years out there holding dirt, holding water and everything, it finally started to fall apart. Had I took better care of it and put more Thompsons on it, it would have probably lasted longer. But I mean, 4 years out of pallet wood. So with only one good coat of Thompson's water seal. Anybody else?
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm not working on anything in my shop, but I am working on a project I can share. I'm building a course on how to be awesome on YouTube.
Woo!
So I'm 32 videos into it. And
32?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy.
Whoa.
It's nuts. So it's going to be pretty epic. You can
awesome.
go to allthingsyoutube.com, new website, and sign up for the mailing list, or you can follow me on Patreon, patreon.com/awesome or allthingsyoutube. And I'm really psyched about it.
Good. We're looking forward to seeing it.
It's a lot of work.
All
All the thumbnails are unique. There's closed captioning for all of it. I mean, all this extra work is done behind the scenes. It's crazy.
Good job, Matt. Good job.
Jim, what'd you say?
Well, last Sunday, let me share my screen. Hopefully I can get it done before.
It's tough, Jim.
Quicker than Paul did.
Paul says it's tough.
I have trouble with that every time.
If
So,
you look at me every time, it'll do just like that.
Yeah, there we go.
I got it started.
Can you guys see it now?
Nope.
No.
Yeah. there you
Now,
go.
yeah.
Hey,
Okay, now you can't delay. So last Sunday, my daughter came over and said, "Hey, Dad, can we build a table for my deck so I can sit out and work on it?" So this was the very first time pretty much any of my kids ever did any woodworking stuff with me. So we pulled the driveway workshop out of the garage, and she ran stuff through the planer there, and
nice.
we cut it all up with the radial arm saw and made her a little table so she could work on the
That's
deck.
a neat
I saw
little
the photo
table.
you posted.
It was so, you know what? It was so cool to just sit. She's 20. How old is she? She's 30 this year. So it was so cool because I've never done anything like this with any of my kids before because they're just never interested in it. But she was like, "Oh, now I want to make this, and now I want to come over and make this." And
There you go.
yeah, it'll be really neat. So
There you go.
that was my
Now,
biggie.
did the legs fold in?
Nope, not on this one. We were going to
Okay.
make one with the
I
She
was
wants to
gonna
make
say,
one with folding
That
legs,
is
though.
not that hard to make them with they're like what they call them, the TV trays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look
Yep.
look at the TV tray, and I adopted one out of for a TV tray and made one time, but I made it fairly big. I'm talking about the top of it was like 28 inches by like 20 inches,
Okay.
but it still works the same as if it was 16 by 18. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, Steve Ramsey's got one of a stool, but it's the exact same mechanics as,
Yep.
as a table would be. All you gotta do is really make the legs longer and put the center spot in a different
Right.
spot.
Yeah.
Is that top one piece or
Fat
is
butts
that,
like me sitting on them, they can crush.
Yeah, I did that too.
They have a weight limit.
Jim, is that top one piece on that?
Well, we cut a bunch of 2x4s up and then put a couple of, strips underneath them to hold them together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right,
Because
anybody got
it looked nice and flat. That's why I wanted.
Well, she ran them through the planer. She kept planing them all down and everything. So
Oh, okay.
they were all the same height.
anybody got anything else? Because we're running down on time.
Yeah, I
I'm
got
getting
this
started.
one. I got this one here, but I don't have it on this thing. I just got it right here.
Is that a rocket?
The front part of the Saturn V rocket. My grandson said he wanted a rocket to hang up on from his ceiling in his
Oh,
room.
cool.
And this is a fail, by the way. I got the model off of Thingiverse, and my bit got chewed it up a little bit. So first attempt, no good. But I redesigned the program to do it differently and suck it out and everything. And so I think it's going to come out all right. But yeah, I like how it came out. You can't see the design, but it says USA right there and stuff. When I get it finished, I'm gonna have it where you can just glue them together. It's gonna be awesome.
Well,
Gonna be great.
But the other thing is, I want to make sure to remind everybody that's going on the cruise, you have to be
Yeah.
paid up by November 2nd of this year. And I know a
Right.
couple more people have done that.
I just paid mine off a couple
I
of
saw
weeks
that.
ago.
We're
Yeah,
that'd
waiting.
be nice.
I'm having a problem with my wife because of this COVID crap. So I'm hoping, and we still got a few more months. I'm hoping that as the months progress, that she'll relax from it, and say, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah.
Nancy, are you listening? If you're not going to go, don't worry. We'll take care of him. Russell can still go. We'll take care of him.
Yeah.
We'll miss you, Nancy, but
Yeah, the problem of it is I'll have the whole, I'll pay, it's cost as much to do two people or it was one
One
person.
is it does too. You paid
Yeah,
up.
it does.
So I'll have that whole room by myself. I'm gonna have to find somebody to. Never mind. Anyway, let's,
Yeah, that's going to get you in trouble.
you play your cards right. You might not be alone. You never know.
So anyway, find me
You got
some,
the idea of the love boat somewhere.
I know
find me
that's
some
right.
little
The
thing
love boat.
at the tiki bar.
There you go.
So anyway, the only thing that I have to say, is anybody got anything else? I think we went through everybody. Do you have something?
Aussie said he sent you a couple of pictures of some.
Yeah, I
answer
saw
things.
that.
Got 'em?
And I'm
Okay.
sorry I missed a lot of y'all out there tonight. We've been so involved in talking that
Just blame it on me, Russ.
Liberty Woodworking's out there. I don't think I remember seeing them
nice.
out there before. Leonard Davis, Liberty Woodworking. Thank you all for being out there.
Hello, Leonard. Hello, Liberty.
Well, I appreciate it.
Hey, Boycott Matt Haas is also out there.
Oh,
No
he is.
kidding.
That's my moderator.
The only thing I've been doing, and I have not been in my shop in at least 3, maybe 4 weeks. My sons decided they want to get the boat up and running. I have I call it 22 foot because it's 21 foot 8 inches. It's listed as a 2100 series, which is 21 foot, but on the title or the registration it says 21 foot 8 inches. And if you round it off, anything over 6 inches goes to the next point.
Oh my
That's
God.
the reason I've been getting. Never mind.
The size matters.
You did it, man, not us.
Anyway, so so it had been sitting, and I told them it's been sitting, and I bought the boat in 2002. Okay, it was 18 years old, and so things that you have to replace. Who left us? Jim Bashir's?
He said he had to drop off at the top of the hour.
Oh, okay.
I said I have to drop off at the top of the
Oh,
hour.
that was Matt.
Well,
Yeah,
if you
that's
give me
Matt.
like 5 more minutes, we're going to be out of here.
Okay, I'll give 5 more.
So anyway, things expire. Like for instance, the life vests. They have a date on them. Throw them away. The flares. They have a date on them. Throw them away. You got to buy more. So there's things that you have to replace that you have to replace all the time on any boat. Unfortunately, because a lot of these things have to be replaced. The tires are bad on the trailer. We had to put new tires on. So I told them, if y'all want to go fishing, because they're bugging the crap out of me, help me with it. And I need some mucho dinero. We'll split it 3 ways. And they have
lots of money for those of you.
they have kicked in 1/3 of everything we're paying or I'm putting into it. They're kicking in and helping me. The tires, we got a real good deal over on them. 4 tires for like $368, mounted and balanced, and YouTube or valve stems. So it's coming along and everything. So I took it out the other day. There's a little video up on my private channel. My son took it of it. When we took it out, there's a lake that's pretty good size where I can take it out and run it, because this thing will run about 40 knots, which is about 45 miles per hour. It skits it out across the water. 150 horse Yamaha on the back of it, 2-stroke. So we're getting up and running, and you should see some fishing videos in the near future coming. So they want to go fishing, and I'm going to take my GoPros. I have 3 GoPros. So I'm going to be taking with us and mounting on the boat in different places and so it'll be running videos of us going fishing. So anyway, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 solid weeks. I have worked on that boat. We've purged the hydraulic steering mechanism system. We purged the jack plate, hydraulic jack plate system, put all new fluid in it. We purged the fuel system. We purged the 2-cycle oil system, all new 2-cycle oil in it. Purged the fuel tank itself, drained it all the way down, sucked it out, made a device to suck everything out of it, and did some things like that. But it was really nice that it fired right off, and we took it out the other day and it ran. So I wasn't not expecting it to run that good. When I punched the throttle, I figured I'd hear it go ba 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 ba, and side attack. It didn't even hesitate. It, boom, it was gone.
And I was clocking along pretty good on that video.
We were doing. I can't open it up to 45. We were doing about 30 knots.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, it was doing about 30 knots. I can't. That Blake's a little too small to open it all the way up. But yeah, it was booking it. So, but that's what I've been doing. And so, like I said, you're going to be seeing some fishing videos put on SWC in the near future. Because I told my sons, we're going to do a fishing series on SWC, you know. It's not going to be simply wooden creations. It's going to be simply fishing stuff.
There you go.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
Michelle Marcoux saying, let's talk fish with Russ.
Yeah, let's talk fish with Russ, or let's talk fishing with Russ.
You know, you can do a fishing show that leads into tomorrow morning's cooking show.
That's right.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, I can't even get enough cooking videos out because of this COVID stuff, though.
Cleaning fish with Russ.
No, fishing with Russ. Ungie said fishing with Russ.
It'll be catch and release.
Anyway, so that's it. I appreciate everybody watching tonight. I'll have to do the report in the morning, but I was really surprised last week. We had 56, 57 people with a top of 63 people watching the show from all 3 platforms, which is fantastic. I appreciate that.
There's 2 on Twitch right now.
Really happy. That's the reason I do this. I mean, have a lot of fun. I get to see my friends every week, which is all these wonderful people. Paul's still here, Chris, Russ, Al, Matt. We had Jim Bashir's, Jim Bashir's the only one that's dropped out so far, right?
Yeah.
Dixon said he may or may not be here. He had some plans, so that's understandable every week. Missing Brenda G. Have you talked to Brenda G lately, Matt?
I was on the Thursday show with her, The Mind Equals Blown, and at that time she said she's feeling a little better each day.
Good. I'm hoping she'll come back where she can be on here too.
Boy, she's really been
I know. I talked to her. I have been PMing her, and me and her been talking. She's told me how bad it is, and so she is. And Brenda, love you. Want you back as soon as you can come back, but I mean, get well first, okay? Just to say that, get well first. I'm keeping you in my thoughts and prayers. Trust me. All right, there's only one thing we got left to do, because I promised Matt we'd be out here in 5 minutes. If you're too darn busy to get out in your shop and make some sawdust, you are just too darn busy.
Here's the second one.
Just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair.
One more time.
Everybody, thank you for watching, and God bless.
Live long and prosper.
Remember, folks, you don't have to go home, but you cannot stay here.
Yes,
Go stay home.
and there is going to be no after party, guys. I have some things I need to do, so this will be it. Until next time.
Vulcan love,
Adios.
everyone.
See you all later.
Peace.
That's all,
Night.
folks.